Have you ever heard of Bauhaus? Born in Germany in 1919, Bauhaus revolutionized the way we think about design by blending creativity with industry. It shaped everything from buildings to everyday objects, creating a world where beauty isn't just for decoration, but for practicality. This vision was brought to life by the Bauhaus movement, one of the most influential schools of art and design in history. In this video, let's explore how Bauhaus truly changed the world. The Bauhaus School was founded in 1919 by architect Walter Gropius in Weimar, Germany. At that time, Germany was still recovering from the devastation of World War I, and the country was in the midst of rebuilding, both physically and culturally. It was in this environment of change and possibility that Gropius envisioned a revolutionary approach to design. He wanted to break down the barriers between art, craft, and technology, creating a new way of designing that could meet the challenges of the modern world. Gropius developed a hands-on curriculum aimed at producing artisans and designers who could create objects that were not only useful but also beautiful, perfectly suited to the needs of a new world. Bauhaus was more than just an aesthetic movement, it was a call for a new, functional way of living. The war had left much of Europe in ruins, and there was a pressing need for objects and buildings that weren't just beautiful, but could also be mass-produced to meet the demands of modern society. This is where Bauhaus made its mark, blending art with practicality to create a design language that was simple, functional, and forward-thinking. In 1925, the Bauhaus moved from Weimar to Dessau due to political pressure from conservative groups who opposed the school's modernist approach. This move was important not just because of the new location, but also because it gave Walter Gropius the opportunity to design a purpose-built campus. The Bauhaus building in Dessau became a symbol of the school's core principles. Gropius's design reflected Bauhaus's commitment to functionality and simplicity. The building used industrial materials like steel and glass, and had an open, flexible layout that encouraged creativity. The new campus allowed for a more experimental environment where students and teachers could work together across disciplines, further solidifying Bauhaus's impact on modern design. Bauhaus was able to establish a more permanent and supportive environment that encouraged experimentation and innovation, thanks to the visionary key figures at the school. These individuals turned Gropius's vision into a reality, shaping the movement into one of the most influential forces in modern design. Let's take a closer look at the people behind the movement and their incredible contributions. Wassily Kandinsky, a Russian painter and one of the pioneers of abstract art, was a key figure at Bauhaus. He joined the school in 1922, where his ideas on color theory and abstract art significantly influenced the school's teaching approach. Kandinsky believed that color had the power to affect our emotions, famously saying, "Color is a power which directly influences the soul." He taught his students how to use color to create specific emotional effects, helping them understand that art could express deeper meanings, not just represent what we see. This approach became a core part of Bauhaus's style and philosophy. In his class on analytical drawing, Kandinsky emphasized the rational use of artistic principles in design. He encouraged students to think logically about form and color, developing compositions that combined both emotion and structure. His teaching incorporated his color theory, which was grounded in psychological principles of how forms and colors can evoke different emotional responses. Kandinsky's influence extended beyond the visual arts, impacting other areas of design and architecture at Bauhaus. He encouraged students to move beyond traditional art and explore abstraction, helping foster a new, more expressive approach to both art and design. After Wassily Kandinsky, the next major figure at Bauhaus was Paul Klee, a Swiss-born German artist. One of the most celebrated artists of the 20th century, Klee was also a prolific teacher, serving on the Bauhaus faculty from 1921 to 1931. Klee's teaching style was experimental. He encouraged students to explore their creativity through hands-on experience and intuition, allowing them the freedom to express themselves. He aimed to avoid any rigid rules in art. Instead, he focused on teaching the foundations of color and form, giving students the tools to work with these elements in their own unique ways. His playful approach inspired students to push the limits of their imagination and find new paths of artistic expression. Unlike Kandinsky, Klee's approach was more playful, intuitive, and closely connected to his observations of nature. His use of form was fluid and creative, blending abstraction with elements of symbolism. Another key figure at Bauhaus who was deeply focused on experimentation was László Moholy-Nagy, a Hungarian artist and teacher. He joined the Bauhaus faculty in 1923, bringing a fresh focus on the integration of technology and art, a theme that became central to Bauhaus's innovative curriculum. Moholy-Nagy believed that the future of art lay in new media and the creative potential of industrial materials. His work explored photography, film, and light as artistic mediums, moving away from traditional forms and aligning perfectly with Bauhaus's experimental environment. Among his groundbreaking innovations were his experiments with cameraless photographs, which he called photograms. These photograms fascinated Moholy-Nagy for the rest of his life. Moholy-Nagy encouraged his students to explore new technologies in art, such as photomontage, kinetic art, and light sculptures. One of his most famous works, the light space modulator, was a kinetic sculpture that combined light, motion, and mechanical elements, embodying his belief that technology could be a central part of the artistic process. The significance of Moholy-Nagy's legacy is unique, as it spans multiple disciplines. He is credited as one of the pioneers of modern graphic design, a key figure in the development of photography, and a major contributor to the advancement of modern painting and the way it is taught. The last key figure we turn to is Walter Gropius, the founder and visionary behind Bauhaus. Without him, Bauhaus wouldn't exist. Under his leadership, the Bauhaus curriculum was built on the principles of interdisciplinary collaboration. Students weren't just learning to create beautiful objects, they were learning how to design innovative, functional pieces that could be mass-produced, a crucial aspect of the school's philosophy that remains relevant today. Gropius's design of the Bauhaus building in Dessau, inspired by factory architecture, became an iconic symbol of the school's radical pedagogy. It brought together artists, architects, and designers around an experimental curriculum focused on the role of modern art and design in society. In Gropius's words, the school was a reunion between creative arts and the industrial world. Gropius's legacy extends far beyond his time at Bauhaus. He taught at Harvard University, influencing the future of American architecture with his modernist ideas. His design philosophy, based on functionalism and simplicity, laid the foundation for many architects who followed. Today, Gropius is recognized as one of the pioneers of modern architecture. His work, especially buildings like the Bauhaus building in Dessau and the Fagus factory, set the stage for the international style and modernist design principles that continue to shape architecture worldwide. But Bauhaus was not the vision of just one person. All of these masters contributed to the school's lasting impact, each bringing their own unique ideas to how we approach art, design, and creativity in the modern world. Together, they helped revolutionize art with the concept of functional simplicity. Bauhaus produced a wide range of creations, all known for their elegant design and practical function. Their influence continues to shape architecture, design, and the visual arts today. What do you think about Bauhaus? Do you have a favorite master from the movement? If you'd like to explore these or other art topics further, don't forget to check out the links in the description. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.